Today I want to share a little bit of the process of making my February charm of the month. So here I have the color I'll be using, which is a hot pink. If I remember the name of the clay, I'll list it down below. What I was doing with the knife is just evening it out a little bit more because I will be using cutters. So I don't want any air pockets on the bottom. I want it completely flat to the glass surface that I use. So here are the little cutters I'm using. I'll link those below as well. I did get those as a gift, but I'll find out where from. And then I had some bacon bond, which just will help adhere the sprinkles to the clay a little bit better. Now the bacon bond does bake clear, but if you have it thick enough in some areas, you'll see the little kind of almost whitish color. So I'm just taking a little scraper tool and flattening it over the clay. One, so you don't get those little bubbles, but two, so it's just even. And that way every area is coated so it'll keep the sprinkles. What I ended up using for the sprinkles here are micro beads in different colors. So the ones that I'm using right now are green. I had yellow, white, blue, and red as the other colors. What I realized while I was doing this is if you end up doing a project like this yourself, if you hold, the higher up you hold your hand that you're sprinkling them with, the more of a randomized pattern it will go in, which I didn't realize until after some of them kind of clumped in just a few areas. Now I'm putting them in this little wooden bowl I had. I just had it in my room with my craft supplies, but I'm using that to put the sprinkles I'll be using in just to make it a little easier to grab. Because if I grab them out of the clear containers, from experience, they will fall all over your floor and your desk and like glitter, just end up everywhere. So I'm sprinkling on other colors here. Now towards the end, you probably will see me eventually dump all of the colors into the bowl. I didn't want to do that first just to make sure that each color was spread evenly. But I did get kind of aggravated just with how long it was taking, which wasn't long, but I don't have that much patience, I guess. Right here, I'm using a pink micro bead. I didn't end up using all of them because they are a lot smaller than the other colors and they're kind of translucent. So you could see it through you could see the clay through them, which wasn't bad because it is a pink color. But I didn't care for it. So now I'm on to the red, which is almost like a hot pink, but again, compared to that pink color, it is a lot more red. And it showed up real nice on the finished items, which if I didn't mention, it's the animal cookies. Pretty sure I did, but making the animal cookies, I'm going to use those cutters to make the shapes. And I'm really happy with how they turned out. I wanted to do something kind of Valentine's themed, but I was thinking that'd be a little too, I don't know. Not only does not everybody celebrate that, but also I don't want to make like the same thing every year. Because I've made a heart before, a Valentine. What else? I made pugs last year, so I guess that wasn't Valentine's themed neither, but sometimes it's just hard coming up with like the themes of the stuff. I try and do it around like what the month might be. So like March, I usually do St. Patrick's themed stuff. But I wanted something that people could enjoy anytime. So I thought of doing these where I'd gotten the cutters as a gift. And I'm really happy with how they turned out. Anyway, you can start to see how the colors are looking together. It really starting to look like the cookies, even before they had shapes, you know. So here I am adding the blue. If you ever have suggestions of what you'd like to see as a monthly charm, though, I'm always open to hearing what you have for ideas. Anyway, so here we are. I'm putting all the little sprinkles together, and then I'm going to start cutting them. I have to be careful so that way the beads don't kind of break through. First, before I cut them, I'm rolling this thing over it just to kind of really smush those beads in place because I don't want them to fall off real easy. So that's what the cutters look like. And as I mentioned before, I do end up adding more sprinkles to these because with how they are separated in spaces, not all of them had a lot of them per animal. So once I'm done cutting them, I do add a couple more sprinkles here and there, press them in, and then keep going. I was trying to make multiple of each shape. I would tell you what animal each one is, but I can't really. You know, they look like the animal crackers, so I can't really tell what they are exactly. One of them's an elephant, a camel. One is what I assume is a lion, and then like a horse. But I could be wrong. So I do kind of hesitate a little in between each time I put the cutter down just because I want to make sure that not only is it in a space it has enough sprinkles, but so it's not get too close to the other lines. And then I have to redo the whole thing again. Look at them. They look so good. Alright. So again, I'm adding more sprinkles. Because I know on the real cookies, like I said, they don't have that many sprinkles, but they got enough, you know? And some of them just look so bare. Oh, which, by the way, one of the shapes is a bear. There's one, though, I don't know what it is. It looks almost like a wolf, but I don't think it is, because that wouldn't really make sense. I don't know if it's a dog. Maybe it's a donkey. I don't know. But anyway, I am really happy with how these turn out. So we're adding a little bit more. I had to mix them first because I thought it would help. It doesn't really do much. What I'll probably do with the scraps that I have at the end is make little earrings or maybe make more of the charms like that. But it's hard because I'll have to take the beads out that are left on it and then re-roll it. Because if I left them in it, it could mess up my the pasta machine that I use to roll out the clay. Which you live and you learn. That is an experience I learned the hard way a few years ago. Because I didn't realize it was still on there. I always love watching the pull-in videos on Instagram and YouTube of the clay, but I don't make them for this reason. With how many got still stuck to the slab, I was like, I'm not doing that kind of. I can never get them the slabs to pull cleanly off. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not cutting them hard enough. I don't know. Because if the only time that it does cut clean is when I end up accidentally cutting the shape into the cutter and have to like push it out. So what I'm doing here is just kind of touching at some of the pieces that had the liquid clay, the bacon bond. That way it'll be on my hand, so when I go to pick up the sprinkles, they'll actually stick. I ended up making about 13 or 14 of them, which was pretty good because I didn't think they'd be that many. Especially for my first time making them with this kind of design, the little sprinkles. But having something like this to push the sprinkles in can really help. I didn't push them all the way, but just enough so that they wouldn't fall. So here I am just cleaning off mostly the backs of them with acetone after they were baked. And then once I'm done cleaning them, I drilled them, and then I had added a gloss varnish, which I'll link below. It's what I like using better than resin and stuff because I don't really have the ventilation for that. So it works a lot better. Thankfully, I didn't have to clean them now all that much. So I managed to also put together the metal pieces that'll make them the charms. Here I'm just cutting off like the little excess bits that weren't fully cut off from the cutter. Please be careful when you do this, if you do. I know it looks worse seeing me do it than it is. So now they're ready for the varnish, and then they'll get the metal pieces once that was all dry. I added the varnish to the front and back and the sides. And they're done. I'm so happy with how these turned out. They look just like the cookies, and I'm so excited to share them with you all. If you didn't know, every order in the month of February will be receiving one of these charms. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.